Hi boo-boos. I've been gone for a minute. A couple of things have changed. Actually, a couple of things haven't, but like a couple of things have changed, and I thought I should do like a quick chit chat before we get into like consistency till the end of the year. I had to move back home just because like everything was getting really toxic and I wasn't able to get a job, and it was just a whole lot of things happening, okay? And ew. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay, let me try and explain it a bit more. So I couldn't get a job, which was absolutely traumatizing, and I started like hanging around people who started giving me very bad panic attacks and just like saying that I'm not going to make anything out of myself when I go back home, and like, you know, I'm just wasting away my life. And I started like thinking about decisions I didn't need to be thinking about. Like, if you're an international student and you have no other option, and you know the other option, the only other option is, you know what I mean. But like, you know, I thought about that really hard, and I was like, bro, like, is this really how I want to stay in this country type thing? And I was like, you know what, like, every rejection is a redirection, and what is meant for you will never pass me by. And if you try and get something out of God's will, you have to stay out of his will to get it. I literally held the Lord by his chest. I said, Lord, like, if you're bringing me back to this country, whatever it is has to be super big. Like, that was my revelation, and I was like, okay, cool. And I ended up moving back. I didn't tell any of my friends. Like, I feel like the only people I told were the only people who needed to know, which was my best friends and like my super close friends, which is like 8 people at the most. I haven't really felt like the feeling of me being back home, just because like things have been moving, you guys. I should tell you this though, because I feel like YouTube girlies, y'all don't know, but I started a podcast. You remember those times when I'd be like, welcome to my podcast? I actually did it, bro. Like, I did it. I started the podcast. It's called Wannabe Americana. It's everywhere, for real. I've made it my whole personality, I will say that. But I really started the podcast to kind of like help people who are in the US, who moved abroad, and who are trying to navigate like school and all those things. Like, I feel like I didn't have enough information when I was like when I was there, and then I started realizing all these things like when I was about to leave, and like when everything was like, you know. So I decided to make a podcast where I kind of like share my experiences and also share people's experiences. And we're coming out with a new episode or a new season, which is the IJGB takeover, where I will be doing interviews with a couple of really cool people, and we all just like sit down and discuss like IJGB life and moving abroad and wherever they may be from. We have like a diverse group of people, so I'm like really excited for you to like meet them on the podcast. It's available wherever you listen to your podcast, and I feel like that has been the most liberating thing that I've done. Yeah, I think if you are international, or if you're like, if you just moved abroad and you're like looking for, you know, some form of like taste of home, I guess you could listen to it. But also like, if you want to hear me talk shit, you could also listen to it too. Yeah, that's like been the highlight, really, like one of my major highlights. I filmed a behind the scenes, and I did the whole podcast cover, and it kind of blew up on TikTok. I didn't expect it to blow up on TikTok, but like it did, and so many people were so excited for the podcast. So I'm like really excited, like, and it's doing really well, so I'm like really grateful for that. So I just thought I'd fill the girlies in real quick because we haven't spoken about this. So this is me filling y'all in, so make sure you go check it out. I think it's really good. People have said it's really good, but like you have to listen to it and find out if it's really good or not. But yeah, also I didn't, but like I reconnected with all my high school friends, which has been the best thing ever, you guys. Like, literally, I love her to death. It's crazy because when we were in high school, like we were close, but we were not that close. We were all in a group, but you know how like group friendships be, like you're usually closer to like a couple more people than you are to other people in the group. And that was kind of us, and then we kind of just found each other, and it's been just the most fruitful and just very spiritual friendship. Like, we pray for each other, we send each other like hope core on TikTok, and I just love her to death, and we just like checking on each other. And like honestly, like, it's that kind of friendship where we just want to see each other win. So like, it's the best thing ever, and I'm so grateful that I was able to reconnect with her, and I love it so much. Yeah. We also are starting to do content consistently this year, y'all. See, if you guys think that I abandoned you guys on YouTube, I actually didn't. Like, I abandoned everyone everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and the only thing I was like sticking with was like starting this podcast. And I was like, you know what, like, honestly, I think I got to a point where I started feeling scared of how people perceive me, because it's like, I feel like I'm a lot of person, and I think people only see like this version of me. Ew. What the fuck? Ew. Okay. But people only see this version of me, and I was like nervous to like kind of like share that side of me, and I was like, social anxiety is scared of us, so what the heck is going on? So we are starting back content till the end of the year, and I'm going to stay consistent with that. So YouTube vlogs are coming. YouTube content is coming. Like, I'm not going to say vlogs, I'm going to say like YouTube content is coming, because like it depends on how I'm feeling and how my mood is, and like whatever. Another thing I'm just finally getting familiar with is like being satisfied with my boring life. I think it's funny that people think I have a super exciting life. I think it's actually a compliment that y'all think I have a super exciting life. But the truth is, I have a really boring life. Like, I really don't do much, bro. Like, if I don't get invited, I don't be outside. I don't be outside just to be outside. If I am outside, I'm probably like doing something by myself, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, since I moved back, it's like I don't really know where and what to do by myself. So I'm still trying to like figure all that out. So I'm probably start like a vlog series where it's like living in Lagos, or like something around those points, you know what I'm saying? But let me know if you guys want to watch that. But I'll try to have like a more interesting life. But I also want to like get comfortable with like living the boring life. And I was having a conversation with my sister. I was like, but like, I don't know if I should start like vlogging in Lagos, because she was like, people like fake life, and the truth is like, I don't have a fake life. I just have like a very realistic, very boring life. And like, you know, if like cool shit happens to me, I'm like, okay, y'all, like, let me bring y'all along. But like, I don't know how to like pretend to like do shit that I wouldn't do. So I think that kind of like scared me a little bit from filming in Lagos and like vlogging in Lagos. But like, now I'm at the point where it's like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'ma just do me and hope y'all fuck with it. But yeah, so we're probably going to start doing a lot more Lagos vlogs. I'm going to probably call it like living in Lagos, or like, you know how like Courtney and Kim take Paris, or Courtney and Kim take LA, like maybe Biani takes Lagos. Ugh, that don't roll off the tongue, right? Probably just like living in Lagos Diaries. I think that would be like the best, safest bet. Do we agree? Living in Lagos? If you have a better one, let me know, because I do want like a super cool title. Like, I want like a title nobody has ever heard before. So if you have a better one, let me know, please. Oh my gosh, y'all, like, so what is to come in terms of my life? Truthfully, baby, I don't know, like, I don't have this life shit figured out at all. I'm literally like figuring this shit out as I go. But like, one thing I know, and like one thing I've confirmed is like, I'ma just sit back and let God do his big one for me. That's really all I can say, because y'all don't understand, like, the way I tried so hard this year to try and figure it out by myself, literally having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, stress, sleepless nights, and I just like let go. And the way things are falling into my hands, and you guys, yo, okay, so welcome to my TED Talk. You know, there's people who be like, you know what, Biani, like, maybe, or you know what, maybe you're aiming too high. Maybe if you just like push yourself a little right here, you might get something really simple, right? And I didn't listen. Because you know what? My big man up there, he said, you gonna get it. And I was like, really? Like, I've gotten rejected multiple times. Like, y'all remember like one of my videos where I was like, y'all, I've been getting rejected back to back. I was getting rejected, and I was like, okay, so how are we gonna work it out? Like, how are we going to work things out? And I tell you, please, one thing you are not gonna do ever in your life is let somebody fool you into thinking that you cannot achieve what you want to achieve, or your dreams are too big. That is one thing I'm gonna say. One thing. Because I will say this, and I always tell people and they think I'm joking. Our God is not in somebody who embarrasses somebody. The one me I'm serving is not gonna embarrass me. If I say something in public, it's gonna come to life somehow, some way. Even though it seems like the roads may be trendy, but if you just stay on that road, it's gonna work out. 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 Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, because like you don't understand. Like, just trust in this man, Lord. Like, just trust in the Lord. Like, for like that's really all I have. Like, the way things will just start falling into place, like things you were dying for to happen will literally just start to fall into your lap. Speaking from experience, you guys, speaking from experience. And y'all, I know this is like Thanksgiving season, and I'm honestly just thankful for everyone. Okay, if there's one thing I'm thankful for, it's y'all. I'm thankful for you guys who have stuck beside my inconsistent ass. Okay, I'm grateful for y'all, and just like letting me know that like my little voice has something to offer, you know? Like, little me will be tweaking right now that y'all fuck with me. Okay, so I'm super grateful for y'all.